Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a full review of all the emotes in the new Evade Christmas update. Let's get into it. So the first emote we have here is Sled Drifting. Now, this emote is pretty decent. It looks good, it has chill music, it has good speed, and it is pretty good for emote hopping. Now, in the last video, I did cover these earlier emotes, but I'm going to be doing it again, because now that I'm actually good at them, I can give a better review. So, for me, the sled isn't really the best, because its tripping is decent, but it's kind of hard to get, and it's a really flat hitbox, so it's not the best at bouncing. And for me, it just looks kind of bland. So,
It's just not the easiest to use, but
I mean, I guess it is kind of good at bouncing, but still, it is an okay emote. I give it 6 out of 10. Now the next emote we have here is Bobo in the box. Bobo in the box, it looks like this. It moves at very slow 0.1 speed with Hermes and stilts. So, it's got this cool animation. It's decent. It's got music, but it can probably get annoying after emote hopping with it for a while. But it's a decent emote. It's not the best. It's pretty good, but it can bounce and it can shrimp, but there are other emotes that do it better. It is also pretty hard to get good at. So, I'd rate this emote 5.5. I think the sled's a little better.
I'd go, yeah, I'd go
Because
5.5.
the sled's more well-rounded. Next emote
Okay,
we have
next,
is my personal favorite, the Toy Train Ride. It has a cool thing where each time you do it, it's different, which is, I'm fairly sure, a new feature from this update.
There's like 3 different ones?
I think there's maybe 4.
I'm pretty sure there's 3.
Or 3, yeah. But this emote is crazy. For trimping and bouncing and just anything, it is a really good emote for emote hopping. You can get some crazy trims with it, and just, well, I suck at the game, but this is probably the emote that I am the best at.
It's a super small hitbox.
It does have a really small hitbox, and you have to learn it, but it is pretty good.
It's a very obvious hitbox, though.
Yeah, it's not like some hitboxes for like other emotes. You can see the whole thing, but only a little bit of it has the hitbox. For the train, I'm pretty sure the entire thing is just the hitbox. So it's a hard hitbox, but it's not hard to learn where it is. But it is one of my favorite emotes of all time, and probably the one that I am the best at and will like use the most if I'm trying to get onto high places, because it can shrimp like crazy. I would rate this 9.5.
I'm gonna go with 9 or 8.5.
It is really good.
Yeah.
And now the next emote, I'm pretty sure, is this Rudolph mount.
It has dumb animation.
It has cool animation. It has an idle animation and a walking animation. It doesn't have a jump animation, but that's okay. It's got some cool music. It's got some good speed. And it is pretty good for tripping. It does also look pretty smooth. And I'm playing on low graphics quality for better FPS and stuff, but I will do a segment at the end where I'm playing on highest graphics quality to show you what it truly looks like. So, This is a really good emote for bouncing, but it's not the best for tripping, but it's still decent. It is a pretty good emote. It's got a strange hitbox, so I'm pretty sure the legs have a hitbox, but like
Pretty much all it's good for is just tripping.
and
It's
bouncing,
not.
because it's good for
Well,
bouncing.
yeah, it's not that good for like just normal emote sliding and stuff.
Yeah. But it's a decent emote. I would rate it 7.5 out of 10. And then the next emote we have is the Winter Ride. Now this one
It's really cool.
is really cool. It has an idle animation, it has a moving animation, and it has a different animation just because why not. But it is super cool. It is really good.
It's good too. Like, for tripping, it's really nice.
It's really nice for tripping. It's really good for bouncing. The only issue is that its hitbox is pretty small, and it's pretty hard to learn, because most of the time you just don't really have any idea where it is, except for when it's doing the wheelie, but then it has an obvious hitbox. But it is a really nice emote, looks cool, good music, doesn't really get repetitive unless you're doing it for like, unless you're doing this emote for like an hour straight, then it's gonna get repetitive. But it is a really good emote. I really like the trail of it, and just all the details, like the bell on the back, and the animations are all really good. I would rate this emote a 9 or an 8.5. No, I think I'd rate it a 9 actually, yeah. It's just, if the hitbox is more obvious maybe, or like bigger, I'd probably rate it a 9.5 or a 10. But it's just a hard hitbox to know where it is. But it is a really nice emote. Next we have is Santa Meg. This emote is really cool, but it is kind of hard for emote hopping, because as you can see at the start, it removes all of your movement until this animation's over. So, it looks really good. It has a walking animation, an idle animation, and it's really cool. I like its music, and they did a pretty good job with this one. Now for emote hopping, it's kind of tough. You have to like get strafing, and you have to strafe a bit, which is pretty hard. But then you can get it up to speed, and it is kind of hard to use. But it does have a really, like, it has a massive hitbox, so it can be pretty good for jumping and bouncing and stuff. So, for jumping, it's kind of hard, but it can get some really good bounces, some really good trips. And it is a good emote, but it is just kind of hard, because you have to get past that first part. I would rate it a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10, because it looks really good, it sounds really good, but it's just this first part where it cancels all your speed, if it didn't do that, I would probably rate it a 9 or something like that. Because it is a really good emote. But it's
maybe
just
like
the
that.
first part that tough.
I'd probably go 7 for the first one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like change it to 7 or 7.5. So now we have the harder ones to get at the very end. So first we will do
Which
the
I don't.
3-piece march. And I've been grinding a lot, so he doesn't have them yet. But I really do like this emote. It's got a nice song, it looks nice, and there is 3 different variations of it. There's one with the trumpet, there's one with this stick thing, and there's one with the drums. Or please give me the drums. Please, I beg of you. I need the drums. That's not even the right emote. Okay, there is a drum. I promise. There we go. This is my favorite because I feel like it looks the best out of all of them. Like you're doing the most with your hands. They all have the same music, and it's really good. And then for emo hopping, it is pretty good. It's got like kind of a bold march-ish hitbox. Like most of the moving emotes, like just the walking emotes, have the same hitbox, but I feel like this one's better than most of them. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just really good for jumping and bouncing and stuff.
Breakfast in 5 minutes.
But I do really like this emote. So I would rate this one an 8.5. Actually, I rated it like, I don't know. I'd rate it a 9. It was really good. And then we have the last one, which most people have probably been waiting for, the snowmobile cruise. This was a revolutionary emote back in Legacy Evade because it had the highest land speed, but it doesn't, because now that it's overhauled, it's kind of not as good for land speed anymore, but it is still a really good emote. It is kind of a hard hitbox, but that's not the right. It is a pretty hard hitbox to learn, but it is really good. You can get some good shrimps with it, good bounces with it, and it's just a good emote overall. It looks good. There's not really much to say. It is really hard to get though, because of that stupid cookie that you have to unlock. But I do like this emote. I would rate it a 9 out of 10. I like the 3-piece march. It is a really good emote. It can bounce good. It is good. And yeah, nice emote. Probably I feel like it is worth the grind for these emotes at the very end, but it is kind of hard to get. So now it's time for the non-moving emotes. So we'll start with the ice fishing emote, which is, I really like it. It has this cool music in the background. It's a pretty cool emote for just like chilling. Like if you get on top of that tower over there, which I'll do later, it's just chill. And then there's also a glitch that you can do with it that is really popular. If you do the emote, then jump.
Actually, I think you could just wait.
Yeah, it's where you're doing it while sitting down, just normally. If you have
it's just look.
movement.
I think if you just, I could just do this. I could just click the emote and then spam G to cancel the emote.
Yeah.
and then it works.
So it's a
You don't
really easier to glitch, and it's kind of funny. It doesn't really change the hitbox of anything. It just looks cool, and you can
and
do it with the lantern too.
yeah, and this is moonwalk somehow.
Yeah, with some emotes it's a little wacky, but most emotes are fine with it. But like some of them are affected. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck in the mech, or like I am the motorcycle. But it doesn't really change the hitbox. This one looks a little odd, but it looks. Some emotes aren't affected, some emotes are. But yeah, that's a cool emote. The glitch is also pretty easy to cancel out. You just do the emote normally, and then wait a little bit, and then unemote, and it goes away. Next one we have is Snowman Construction. This one has some good music. I really like the ending animation of this one. If you put your camera under the ground, you can see what's happening. Now I think I'm gonna go get on the water tower.
Or if you whistle and use the emote,
Yeah.
and just
Dang it, I suck at this game. I did it. Okay, so you can see the underside of the emotes now. That's all this was for. Yep. So this is what the this is also no, we haven't got to that one. So this is what it looks like. All these parts are under the ground and then they come up, and it is a good emote. So now that I've spent all that time getting up here, I'm gonna move on to the next one. After this, at the very end, I won't touch this. Then now we have campfire does. This is a really good emote. They also brought this one back for the new Christmas thing, and I really like it. It's just a chill emote. Looks good. You can just chill. So now I am going to turn up my graphics quality and show what these emotes look like when they look good. So first we have sled drifting. Kinda looks the same. We have these spikes in the back. I think the only really thing is that there's just these sparks that look decent. Now we have Bobo in the box. Not really much different. Just looks better because of the lighting and stuff. But yeah, that's that
How
one.
attached to that monitor are you? Could I switch you for a 70 or a 7,
And there's the toy train.
720
And
instead of a
toy train is pretty good.
1020?
It just looks about the same. And then we have
So this has better graphics.
the
there.
this one looks pretty good. It has more changes than the other ones. The nose glows, and then it has some sparkles by the horns. And then we got this one. It's changed a lot. It's got a trail, looks better. It has a cool effect. I really like how this one looks. There's that. There's Santa Mech. It's got little sparkles around it, and it has like better flames coming out the back. much. This one doesn't look very much different for any of the variations. That's not the right emote. But yeah, then Snowmobile Cruise doesn't really look very different. Just looks like shinier. Then there's ice fishing. Doesn't really look very different at all. Then snowman construction also doesn't look very different. It just looks better. Yeah, there's no really changes to this one. Just a snowball. Then I think this one should be like a little better. Yeah, the fire just looks nicer. And everything just looks better. Everything just looks better with higher graphics quality. That's just true. So I'm sick and it sucks. But so that was all the new Christmas emotes. This was the full review of all of them. And I really like this update. I thought it brings quite a lot. And
It happened the day after Christmas.
yeah, it happened the day after Christmas. I was kind of scared that there wasn't going to be an update, but here we are. So, thanks for watching. If you watched this all the way through, that's cool. Also, I didn't think the graph could go this slow, but apparently 99.5% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So, that's quite a lot. But, like, subscribe if you want. I don't really, but thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.